This is Shavonna Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shavonna Kayla, and by the title of this video, y'all already know what this video is gonna be about. We're gonna do a SHPEP Q&A. I got some guests with me, and before you continue this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can get notified every time I post another video. And now let's get into the video. So we're going to start by introducing ourselves. I'll go first. I'm Shavonna. I am a rising junior. My major is social work, and I plan to be a medical social worker.
Hi, my name is Logan. I'm a rising junior, and I'm currently a biology pre-med track major, and I plan to become an optometrist.
Hi guys, I'm Yvonne. I'm a rising junior. I'm also a psychology and biology dual major, and I'm interested in psychiatry and orthodontry.
Okay, so if y'all see me looking down, it's because I jotted these questions down on my iPad. So let's go ahead on and get into it. First question: what made you want to apply for SHPEP? Okay. I wanted to apply for SHPEP because I wanted to do something for the summer, something productive, something that could get my name out there, and I can connect with other people and make connections. And I didn't want to be at home for the summer, honestly. So
I would say for my reason, I would say I also wanted to do something over the summer due to, even though I was able to last minute get an internship at a optometry office, I still wanted to see if I could maybe apply for an optometry or somewhat med related program over the summer that I could do.
okay, next question: what does your day-to-day look like in SHPEP? Who want to answer that question first?
I can start. So your day-to-day is going to be very different. There is a 6-week schedule that they provide you with at the very beginning of the program, and it is jam-packed. It is very busy. So some days you will be in class from 9 to 4:30, except for that 1 hour lunch break that we get.
Yes.
But on some days that will be accompanied with a lecture. So not just lunch, it's like time to eat and learn, guys. But other than that, yeah, we have lectures. We're learning different things that you need as a prerequisite for multiple different healthcare fields. So your basic sciences, organic chemistry, biochemistry, everything like that. We're also learning about different career opportunities in the healthcare field. And there are also occasionally hands-on activities like Dental Week. So that was really fun.
Yeah, y'all, like, we are at the last week of this program, and I can honestly say that we've been doing a lot since the first week. This program is only 6 weeks, and the days are made up to the point where you're going to be doing something every day. So every day is a movie here, so. All right, next question. Have you ever asked yourself, do I really want to do this? Who want to answer that question first?
I'll answer it. So I would say it's a mix of yes and no, because in the beginning I wasn't fully sure due to I was like, oh my goodness, am I just gonna be here? Like, will I get what I want out of it? Will I end up enjoying being here? Will I even enjoy wanting to become an optometrist in the long run? Due to that, the future is uncertain. However, I would say the more it got closer and they contact you to like meet other people so you guys can get talking on a group chat, and the more I kind of started talking with people, meeting people, and the more it got close to the big first move-in day, I just knew like, yes, I gotta do this. This is it. This is the internship.
So y'all, for me, it was tedious because I'm a social work major, so I was still debating on whether or not I wanted to be a medical social worker, a clinical social worker, or a child welfare social worker. And the other two is not really related to healthcare, but the first one is. Medical social work is related to healthcare. So I was just talking to my mom one day, asking her, do you think I should do this program just to get an insight on medical and how it is in the hospitals working around medical physicians? And she just said, yeah, she had told me to explore the opportunity, whether or not if I decide to be a medical social worker or not. But I can honestly say, due to this program, I decided to become a medical social worker. Okay, you want to answer or?
Sure. So what I wanted to know. Okay. So actually, before I didn't apply for this program, I applied for another program here at UAB called the Early Assurance Program that guarantees you a spot in their medical school as long as you fulfill certain things that you have to do beforehand. So part of that program was that I had to spend summer here at UAB, and I had multiple different internships that I could choose from here at UAB. I was also accepted into the CRIS program, which is basically like cancer research, but I ended up choosing to do SHPEP instead of that, just because I wanted to really see all of the different healthcare options and opportunities out there. Like, there's so much more that you can be than just a doctor. There's dentistry, optometry, physical therapy, and this program allowed me to learn about all of these specialties and more. So I really enjoyed it.
Okay, next question. Somebody asks, what are your funniest moments in SHPEP? Y'all, it was a lot of memories. Like, I'm trying to think because it's been a lot of funny memories, but I can honestly say what I found funniest is our last session with we had it the day that we got out early. The day that we got out early for the 4th of July.
Ooh, yeah, that was weird.
We had this mentor that he was funny. Like, he had some funny activities for us to participate in. So I can honestly say he was the funniest. Like, he was the funniest.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of funny moments in SHPEP. I can't even just pick one.
Yeah, you can't pick this one,
Like,
but that was my favorite.
I don't know, I think the talent show was pretty funny. Like, some of those performances were great. Like, some people did dance to Katy Perry's Fireworks, and they were dancing with these plastic bags above their head, and they did a front flip. It was really funny and really cool.
Oh, and another funny memory. Come roll with me. Come roll with me. Well, we had to roll
Wait,
in a
but
real.
spoilers. If they do come, it's supposed to be a surprise.
We had to, basically it was this activity pertaining to PT. We had to act like that we
had to do something in a certain way, and it kind of like, yes, it did open up to how we interact with patients and future people that we would meet during our future careers. However,
we basically had to act like we were people in wheelchairs, and we also had to act like we was blind because we had to do blazer time.
What was funny about that was there was a scenario, and one of our mentors, we have mentors in the program for each track, so there's something that for everybody, but for one of our mentors, oh my goodness, she's a great actor. It was like a scenario where you interact with somebody, and technically in a real situation, because I had glaucoma goggles, so my vision was very limited. All I saw was fuzz through most of it, and then small holes. And then as I was trying to do the transaction, she was like, "Oh no, it's not that." And I look at it through my foggy goggles, and I'm like, "You sure?" And she's like, "Yeah." And if you have any complaints, look at the computer, and what's ironic is that she did that with each person. So it kind of opens up like certain situations, but I don't know, it's just funny how she did it.
Yeah, for me, like when I put on the goggles, because I put the goggles over my glasses, it just made everything blurry. Like it's basically the same type of blurry when I take off these glasses. So I couldn't see.
I actually have one more story. It's actually the first week when they were trying to split us off into groups, and I swear the way of how they conducted it made it feel like the Hunger Games / the sorting hat ceremony.
With the candy groups?
Yes. Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna do candies for each name of each group, but oh my goodness, it was like District 3. I haven't watched the Hunger Games, but it just kind of felt like that though.
But overall, y'all, we had some funny moments here. Like we can't even count them all. Can't even remember them all, but there was some funny memories here. Okay, next question. What was your favorite thing about SHPEP? I would say, for me, it was getting to know my new friends and making close connections. Because coming from my school, like I never talked to nobody there, and I stayed in my room a lot, so I was a shy person. Coming here, getting to know my friends here, it's been amazing. Like I made some close connections I can remember, because I can keep these people in my heart forever and just remember the memories we had together in SHPEP. So yeah.
What's the most fun thing about SHPEP? Favorite. Okay. You want to go for this one?
You need to think.
I need to think.
Now you put me on the spot. Favorite thing so far? I guess one of my favorite things is, even though we're all here to learn about these different healthcare things, and we're all from all kinds of different tracks, they make sure that we still have fun and that we're also learning about different things. So as part of the program here, at least with the UAB SHPEP, they've included tours as part of our experience. So we were able to go to different museums that taught us more about Birmingham history. We got to learn about the Holocaust and the Civil Rights Movement here in Birmingham. And that has just been really impactful for me. And I feel like it's also been impactful for the rest of my cohort.
Yes, and we did have outing activities, like this was the talent show, and then people wanted to go out places, but we haven't had the prom yet, and the prom is going to be that's going to be everything to me. It's going to be a bittersweet to me, because I know that's going to be the last event that we have together as a whole before we all go home.
But we also have the closing ceremony, so
Yeah, so that's more bittersweet.
That is going to be even more bittersweet.
that's gonna be the last day.
I'm gonna get back to the favorite thing about SHPEP. I would say it's the opportunity to actually interact with current students of different tracks, especially how, even though the mentor of my group was a different track, he still answered to the best of his ability, but he did an amazing job. And now it kind of helps me lay out my foundation of what to do for the rest of my collegiate career as I plan to go to optometry school. But they're also all students, so it's just kind of interesting to hear like their funny stories, or like, oh, this is what I did, like we do like a lab, or their future aspirations of what they're gonna do. So yeah, it's my favorite thing. Great mentors.
Yeah. Next question. What was your least favorite thing about SHPEP? Okay, least favorite, I would have to say, we learned a lot, y'all, we really did, but those were some long lectures, and some of those lectures put me to sleep. Some of them. some of them. So the lectures were like, I don't mind sitting in long lectures, just make it more fun, would say, just make it more fun, and for us to have laughs with it and smiles with it, like just make it more like we want to be in it, like. But yeah, some of those lectures put me to sleep. Those are that's what I like the least.
What I least like about it? Well, I would say lectures, but on a personal note, I can see that they're trying to get us ready for the actual lectures that we might see in like any post-education, post-undergrad type programs that might require long lectures. So personally, it's my least favorite, but I'm also kind of glad that they're kind of getting me ready, well, everybody ready really, in case if they want to go to a graduate program in the future. So yeah, that's my least favorite.
For my least favorite, I wouldn't say that I really minded the lectures. The only thing that I didn't really like was when we had like a lecture during lunch. So like I said, it's jam-packed. We always have something to do. So as soon as we get our food, some days like we have a lecture. And that's fine at all. But one day we had a neurosurgeon come in and he was showing videos of like the surgery he's done, and I was just sitting here eating my noodles like I was like, okay.
But yeah, next question. What are your reasons for going into healthcare? Whoever asked this question, y'all really trying to make this video deep. Okay, I gotta think on this. My reason for going into healthcare, I would say medical social work. Okay, I'm a social work major, so basically I wanna deal with healthcare when it comes down to mental health. And when it comes down, because medical social workers, we work in a hospital setting, so our job is basically just helping patients cope and navigate their illnesses and conditions, and giving them resources when they go home. It's as far as resources when it comes to emotional support and financial, because it was this day in it was the day of when we did the activity Come Roll With Me, and she was talking about how some people can't afford wheelchairs when they need them, and it had me thinking like how much wheelchairs are, and some can be like at $1,000, even more than that. So like I said, we provide resources when it comes to stuff like that, because the way the world is now, I don't know if Trump taking away Medicaid, Medicare, we trying to look into other resources when it comes to paying medical bills or when a patient needs a wheelchair. So, and that's the reason why I got into why I wanted to be a medical social worker, because the way the world is now, like we trying to find other resources for patients when they need it the most, especially when it comes down to financial support.
What brought me to medical medical healthcare. They're around that same spirit-ish. But I would say it actually started with a cow eye dissection in high school, and that same day, mind you, seeing a black optometrist for the first time. And when those two consecutive events happened, that just made me realize, you know, this is something I can see myself working in. And like from what I did my research on, it's a growing field. There's a lot of flexibility and specialties. You get to interact with, like you can work with everybody, or you can work with specific groups from pediatric to geriatric, etc. So, and I also would say another thing is for healthcare is my mom. She she's worked in the pharmacy industry, and just seeing her help everybody every day, day in, day out, she's like a superhero. And it's like, I want to do that, but I just gotta figure out which part of the field would be my calling, and optometry called my name.
You have a reason for going into healthcare?
Yes, mine was not focused on healthcare. So originally, I was interested in psychology. It's what I've been interested in ever since middle school. I really liked learning about the different mental health disorders. So once I got to high school, I was like, okay, what are some careers in the psychological field that I can go into? And that's when I learned about psychiatry, which are just the doctors that prescribe medications that are directed towards helping people to handle with their different mental health disorders. And then I was like, oh, I have to go to medical school for that. And that just really put me down this journey of, okay, well, then I just need to go to medical school then. And if I find out that I have a different calling while I'm in medical school, then that would just be part of my journey.
Okay, somebody asked, what are some perks of the SHPEP program? Y'all, I wouldn't call it perks. They just come with the program. But I would say the meal allowance. Yeah, the allowance that they give us for the meals. And of course, what a stipend you get towards the end of the program. And what are some others? I wouldn't call it perks though. They just come with the program. They just try to make it fun for us. Like I said, the prom, they just try to make it fun for us. Y'all know any perks? Like,
I feel like a perk would just be getting to know some of the faculty here at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. It's a long name. So basically, you get to meet all of these different doctors and optometrists and dentists and just faculty in all of these different graduate programs, since they're the ones that are coming to give us lectures every day or every week or every so often. And you always have the chance after a lecture to go up and talk to them and just make an impression. And sometimes you can even perhaps find a mentor or someone to exchange contact information with, so that you can come to them if you have any other questions, not only about their program, but other graduate programs that are in their area of specialty.
That is a perk. Definitely making connections, especially with not only doctors, but also with the academic faculty, and get to meet some students too, and get to see what they do. I know for one of the days we got to meet one of the 4 optometry students, and they were over the class, I don't want to say class government, but technically is definitely making connections, seeing the layout of UAB in case you're considering it, because before I even, all I knew is that, for what I've heard from my sister, because she went here on a tour, is that UAB is a beautiful campus. And I'm like, okay, and she was not wrong. It's pretty gorgeous for an urban campus.
It's really big here. I got tired of walking, but it's really big here.
It's really nice campus, and I guess I wouldn't say it's a perk, but it's very diverse, and there's people that are friendly, little southern hospitality here.
Yeah. Okay, next question. What keeps you going? What keeps me going? Okay. I'm a first generation college student, y'all. My mom didn't went to college. My mom didn't went to college. My parents didn't go to college. So basically, it's pros and cons to being a first gen, because you have everybody waiting on you, and waiting on you to finish school and waiting for you to make a difference and just waiting for you to do this or to do that. And of course I have little cousins that's looking up to me, and I'm setting an example for them. And I come from a small town where not a lot of people make it out. And I just want to show them that, because once I get done with my schooling in the state of Alabama, I plan to leave it. Because not running from my problems, but just making a difference. Because some people move away to make a way, not move away because they're afraid. And basically I want to move for better opportunities than what the state of Alabama can give. And basically just I want to be that girl that made it out of a small town, despite the challenges and the ups and downs I've been through. Like, I still made it out, because it's not about where you're going. It's not about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So that's what keeps me going. Like, I don't want to ever have to struggle to pay anything like my mother did. So
wait, want me to answer this question?
what about you?
Can you read it?
What keeps you going?
Okay, I would have to say what keeps me going is my own personal perfectionism and also my family. I have not made a B since elementary school.
A beat comes up and you'll be like,
I don't see.
No, a B overall, like in class. Like, I made a B on like an essay or like a quiz or something, but like overall, like the average.
I don't see. Congratulations, I salute you, because I can't do that.
like, that's a feat of itself. That is wonderful.
So that's just my perfectionism, guys.
I can't do that.
Yeah, so that's one thing. I just have always wanted to academically excel, regardless of whatever career path I went down. So when I was like, oh, I want to do medicine, I was like, oh, I really need this 4.0 now, because it's very competitive. So I wanted to be able to be like, okay, I have this, and then, you know, focus on all the other things for my application. And also my family, because with this perfectionism comes stress. Believe it or not. So they really helped me when I started spiraling. I can always rely on my little sister, like, oh, I don't feel like working, let's just watch some TV. Like, let's put my backpack in the other room and let's just chill. So they always help me with that, and just with all that familial support and everything, I know that I can do it, which is just a very important part. Like, even if you're struggling towards whatever path you're going now, you need to believe in yourself that you could do this, regardless of whatever challenges you come across or whatever difficulties are in the path. And even if you don't end up doing exactly what you thought you were going to do, it's all part of that journey to reach whatever your final destination is.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. Definitely believe in yourself. that is a major factor in life, to be honest. If you can't believe yourself to do something, then how do you know if you'll get it done? But I would say, to bounce off of that, for what keeps me going is just believing in myself that I can do it. Like, it's Philippians 3:14. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. And that has, like, my mom has kept that ingrained in my brain since day one. And it's like, you know what? I want to go into medicine. I believe I can do this. If any human on this earth could do it, I can do it. But I guess another motivating factor is just seeing the numbers, like the stats of how many, like, as soon as I saw the stats for not just optometrists, but across the entire healthcare field, it made me realize, you know what, I want to be the number that makes the number go up for African Americans working in medical in the healthcare field, and especially for optometry. I want to be the change that helps everybody, that the best of my ability. So yeah, and I guess one more tiny thing that I'll make my point that keeps me going is probably just keeping, like I have a sister looking up to me, and just kind of keeping up the pattern of no matter who you are, what condition you're born with, or like where you from, how you talk, you can do it. You can do it. Like if you can't shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon and go higher.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. Like it's doable. So don't give up on what you want to do with your life, because like I said, you might go through some challenges, it might even get stressful, but it is doable, because the healthcare field ain't no joke. From what I've seen, the healthcare field ain't no joke, but we all in this together, and just know that if you want to pursue a career in healthcare, we're going to be with you, because just know you absolutely cannot do this alone. Like, you need a strong support system. Okay, next question. Any SHPEP application tips?
I would say, because SHPEP is a program, definitely make sure you do you read the info that's on the website. There's something for anybody that's kind of going or maybe interested into healthcare / medical, because even though it seems it's really medical heavy, they did mention like other careers. Like I didn't know what a health physicist was until they brought it up. Today we actually had a lady come in talk about the health administration master's program they offer here, and go more in depth about what health administration is. So if you even just have that slight spark, I would say for the application, just be you. And maybe see if you just make sure your grades are alright. That's a definite for anything, because good grades, unfortunately.
I would say really know what you signing up for. Read on it, know what you signing up for, because I didn't know what I was signing up for. Know what you're signing up for. Make sure you're when it comes to GPA in the SHPEP program, GPA matters, but it's not everything. Because I don't have a 4.0, I don't have the highest GPA, but I'm still here. So what else? When it comes to your personal statement, really dive into who you are. So dive in. I don't remember what I put on my personal statement, but I know I told some detailed stories about me and my life and what I want to do with it. So really just talk about yourself, because that's really what a personal statement is talking about yourself. And when it comes to letter recommendations, make sure you keep up with the person. Keep up with the person that's doing your letter recommendation, because keep up with them, be emailing them, and stay on top of that, because you want them to upload the letter recommendation onto your application. So just keep up with it.
And also, when you submit that letter, when they email you when they submit that letter of recommendation, please email them thank you. They're taking time out of their day to write an amazing letter about you, and I'm sure it would not only brighten their day, but it'll also have them remember you in the long term. So definitely make sure you have a thank you. If you can find them in person, tell them thank you so much for writing this letter of recommendation. So
yeah, and send in your official transcripts. as early as possible. It depends on your school, as early as possible, because it really depends on your school. But I did mine earlier, so yeah.
Mine too. If you feel like something is off, and if your transcript, like, you just get that gut feeling that it didn't get submitted in, do not be afraid to reach out. They will respond to you really fast, quick manner, and they'll make sure that your application is brought through.
But overall, the application was straightforward. Like, it was straightforward to me. I didn't know I could add 3 schools, so, but it was straightforward. Next question, how was it staying in the UAB suite style dorms? Okay. I would rate it, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would rate it a 6. Not because of not the staying portion, but as far as the roommate matching portion, I would rate it a 6. Because I only know one person that I ended up rooming with, but I didn't know the other 2 because, like, I stayed in a 4 bedroom suite, so I only knew one of my roommates because I talked to her previous before coming here, so I didn't get a chance to get to know the other 2 and how they operate So yeah, I would rate it a 6. It was good, but it could have been better as far as the matching us up with our roommates. It could have been better.
I don't really have that many complaints. I guess I'll do like an 8 out of 10. It's comfortable. It'll never be as comfortable as home. I'm a stay-at-home kind of girl. Even when I'm at school, most of the time I'm at home. I'm not at the dorms. But it's cool. You get your own little bedroom. Mine is very narrow, so I'm kind of squished with all my stuff in there. But you share the bathroom portion with one person. I'm also in a 4-room, so you have a little living room with like a kitchen, you got a microwave, a refrigerator, an oven, and some chairs and everything. And then once you get to your part, there's like 2 sinks, and then next to that is the bathroom with the shower and everything. So you can get away with not really interacting with your roommates that much, but overall, my roommates are pretty cool. So it was fun getting to know them.
Yeah, like I said, if I would have known ahead of time, I would have been able to buy the stuff I needed to buy. Like, we didn't even have a vacuum cleaner because, unfortunate situations.
I would say for my experience, this might be like exaggerating, but I would actually give it a 10 out of 10. But that's my personal experience due to, I guess, my luck. The people I was with was people, because we had in our chat, we had a Padlet where everybody could kind of put down hey, this is who I am as a roommate. So if somebody wanted to specifically, they did mention for pairing up, if you want to be with someone, to let them know. But at the same time, there's a lot of us, and it was especially during the time how we were all entering into final season, packing up and moving out for school and heading back home for the summer. Can I say good but not better? Yes. But do I have a possible solution? Unfortunately, no. But I would say it's been a 10 out of 10. It's been a 10 out of 10. One thing I wish they could do is maybe, they did post a list. So it just kind of depends on where you're kind of coming from and when you get off of school, because I know some schools, they release earlier than others, and since I got released off early from my institution, I'm okay, I got more planning time, but not everybody has that type of luxury. So 10 out of 10, nice roommates, better pardoning system if possible, or maybe if you're planning to join SHPEP and you want to find a roommate, be on the ball. Do not wait. But that's all I gotta say.
And for the ones that don't know what SHPEP means, we forgot to mention that. If y'all don't know what SHPEP means, it basically means Summer Health Profession Education Program. Sorry. So just to add that. Next question: how was the meals?
My goodness, they got this bad.
Okay, the meals wasn't that bad. The meals wasn't that bad to me because if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. So the meals wasn't that bad to me. Like I told y'all, they gave us a meal allowance for us to buy our own meals for our dorm. So I enjoyed that, even though I didn't spend all my money on. I ain't spend all that money on meals. But yeah, the meals was okay. Like they for the 4th, when we got out early for the 4th of July, they got us barbecue, y'all. So
What place was it from?
we don't know.
I actually don't remember, but definitely if you're in Birmingham, go and look up some local barbecue restaurants. The barbecue culture here is really good. Like, trust me on it. I'm from the South, so yeah.
I could have did cooking if I wanted to, but of course I'm not at home, so I didn't bring any pots or pans here, and I wasn't finna buy some from Walmart, so yeah.
And what we mean by like meal allowance, I mean they give you money and find food. So definitely, maybe you have like a makeshift list for what you could cook. Like if you have those plug-in, I forgot what they're called.
Air fryers or like crock pots.
Well, they don't really allow air fryers.
They said you're allowed to have air fryers here.
Yeah, because I showed that and I was like,
It's they gave a dorm list of what you're allowed to have because every school is different. So here you are allowed to have an air fryer and I think a crock pot. I think the thing they said you couldn't have is like a hot plate.
Yeah.
So hot plates aren't allowed.
Yeah.
Those other two are.
I bought my air fryer. It's not here anymore because, like I said, this is the last week, so everything's in storage. But yeah, I brought mine. Next question: what advice would you give someone that's interested or wants to participate in the SHPEP program? Anybody want to go first? I got to think.
Advice I would give for if you want to do the SHPEP program, good advice is to definitely check out the website, the SHPEP website. See what they have to offer. There's something for everybody, especially in like distance. Like if you want to go somewhere close to home, there's a few of them that might be close to home. What else? Don't worry about your track that you come into will be like your end all be all, because I came in on pre-optometry track and I still got to see the other different tracks, especially dentistry during dentist week, where we did a whole bunch of school of dentistry related activities. That was really fun to look into. But then I also realized that's not my forte, it's not my mojo. And then medical, I also realized, which really, really big field for medical, but I also realized that's not my forte either. So some people I know like switched from their tracks, like not physically switched, but now they know what they want to do. Some went from optometry to dentistry, dentistry to medical, medical to optometry, all over the place. Well, not all over the place, as in like not organized, but I'm saying what you come in as, like it's not your end all be all.
I would say, like I said, it just all goes back to the other question: know what you're signing up for. Cause know what you're signing. Ask as many questions as possible, because when they did that first Zoom meeting, I ain't asked no questions. Ask as many questions as possible, because they did like 2 Zoom meetings, one for us and one for the parents. So So I ain't asked no questions, which I should have did. I regret not asking questions. What else? Like I said, SHPEP is for all majors. Like I said, I'm a social work major. Like social work, if you're a social work major, you know that it's like a variety of career paths you can go down. You can go down the healthcare route, the clinical route, working for the government, or working for the courthouse when it comes to the juveniles. But yeah, it's a lot of career paths when it comes to social work. So, and doing this program was just an insider, just giving me an insight on how medical would be, because I was on a medical track here. So like I said, it did help me make my decision to become a medical social worker. Even though I didn't get a chance to shadow one, I have to keep that in mind when I get back to school to shadow a medical social worker. Anything you want to add?
This is advice.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like we kind of touched on that a bit before when we were talking about different things to consider when you're applying. But I guess one thing I would suggest is if there's any way you could do something medically related before you get here, that is definitely something that you would be able to mention in your application, just to prove that, hey, I already know that I have this interest in the medical field because I did this and this and this, and I learned whatever you learned. It could be something as simple as shadowing someone, or having a job,
Being in a club organization.
yeah, things like that.
But yeah, like the SHPEP program, it has a lot to offer. It really does have a lot to offer, but every program is different. Of course, we did our program at UAB, but it's other states, other schools you can go to, UCLA. Back to the question, it's variety of schools that you could do your SHPEP program at. Like we did ours at UAB, but it's other schools. Like y'all name the schools, cause let's see,
They definitely have it listed on their
Okay,
website.
so there's 11 universities at the SHPEP. There's Columbia, Howard, Rutgers, UAB, University of California, University of Iowa, University of Louisville, University of Nebraska, University of Texas at Houston, University of Washington, and the Western University of Health Sciences. So,
yep, I guess they changed it.
But it's definitely do your research on each school and see what they offer you. I don't know, it's all on you. So choose whatever helps you the most, excuse me.
But yeah, I'm glad I chose close to home. I'm just saying.
yeah, but I think they also consider where you live, and if you live nearer to the school and like you have ties with that state, especially if it's a public school, then you're given higher consideration in the application process.
Yeah. Last but not least, it's just any closing remarks.
Yeah. Let's see. When you're applying, do not be scared. You'll be fine. Just be you. Like from when we talked about the personal statement, I was thinking about doing this, but the personal statement is about you. But it is gonna feel bittersweet, especially after the prom event that we have coming up.
I would say, even if you think, like, not just SHPEP, but any summer program you want to apply for, even if you think you're not going to get accepted, still apply. Because you never know what could happen. Take that leap of faith. Sometimes you have to take that leap of faith, because I didn't even know I was going to be here at UAB, but it just shows me that God do be working. And I prayed for this, so. Anything?
To add on that, yeah, definitely apply even if you're not 100% sure. Like, shoot, I thought I was gonna be somewhere else. I'm not gonna name them, but I thought I was gonna be at another internship, and I didn't get into 3 of them. I Like I was rejected, bam, bam, bam. But I still kept applying, and I'm here now, and the Lord does work in most wondrous of ways. I'm gonna follow me on Instagram, LoganTravel68, but definitely like and subscribe. My girl Shanova right here.
Shavonna.
I'm tired. We just get back.
The thing about it is, y'all, like, what I like to say, we still not done. We still got one more week here. Like I said, we still got the prom. So, yeah. We're going to be adding pictures. Follow my Instagram at Shavonna.Rakayla. Y'all already know. And what else I wanted to say? I just hope, like, I just hope we can all remember each other. And remember we did the SHPEP program. We could walk into each other one day and say, hey, you remember me from SHPEP? Hey, like, I want long-lasting friendships with these people. Like, yeah, I want them to remember me. So.
Yes, I wish we had gotten a chance to meet more people, because I feel like I do not know the 86 people here.
Yeah, it's like 80-something of us, and I wanted to, before coming here, I wanted to get to know everybody, but I can't get to know everybody. I can't get to know 80-some people in 6 weeks. It's just impossible. So,
I don't know, but I feel like we've met a good half of them, and they're all really cool. Like, we have tons of fun people in the program.
From PWIs, HBCUs, private institutions.
Yeah, people from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
British Virgin Islands. You got someone that goes to school in Maine. Like, just people from all over, and it's been so fun getting to know them.
is this y'all first internship? This is my first one, I can't lie. This is my first one.
Kinda. Like mine was like a shadowing opportunity, and then halfway through it, the optometrist I was shadowing, she asked, "Do you want to turn this into an internship?" And I'm like, you know what? Since I keep cleaning and helping out, why not? So I would say yes and no, and she kind of got me in contact with other people within the field. So I would say, actually, no, wait a minute. This isn't my first one. I'm sorry, that took too long. But for anybody for their first time, definitely like apply to as much stuff as you can. Like as soon, probably this might sound a bit early, but around Thanksgiving time, because a lot of people open up their applications for all types of programs, and the earlier you get it in, like the cleaner your submission will be. When I mean cleaner, I mean zero computer errors.
I mean,
not SHPEP related, but
I mean, apply for some UAB summer programs, because they told us they have 16 of them.
Yeah, they have a lot of programs here. Like a lot of research.
Just because this is like a health-based, I would say like a health profession school, so it deals more with health.
there's still some like science, a lot of science research here, because I know like when I was like kind of exploring with the group, they had a genetics building, and I'm like, that's where genetics research be at.
And even if you want to go further than UAB, go further. Like, I would want to go further, but for my first internship, I chose to stay at home. Whoever knows, in the near future, I may become for next year, I may get a further out internship, because I still want to get one related to my major. So, if there's nothing else to add, y'all, if there's nothing else to add, I thank y'all so much for doing this video with me.
You're welcome.
So give yourself a round of applause.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I need to go enjoy this last week I have with my new friends, y'all, before we all say goodbye to one another.
I love make me cry.
But we spilled the tea for y'all, so be on the lookout for other summer programs and apply for them early. But we spilled the tea for y'all for the SHPEP program. Y'all questions have been answered. And with all that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can get notified every time I post another video. And I hope y'all stay blessed and safe and continue to enjoy your summer break before you go back to school. And I will see you guys in my next video.